Alright, hello everybody, this is Sarah from Sarah's Emporium, here to do our October tarot reading or monthly reading. And we're in the month of October. Just said that. I'm a little rusty because I did miss 1 month. I do apologize for anybody who likes to listen in and see what's going on energetically in your life. So we're going to kind of dive right on in. There's really not much to touch up upon. There was that month that I was away, and I kind of explained that in my last video, which I did a walkthrough of the whole tiny thing by Holly Audley. So take a look at that. I'll put a tag or something up above. So we're going to be looking at October energy. This is a time when the veil starts to thin out in the late days of October. A lot of people celebrate Halloween. A lot of people celebrate All Saints Day. And a lot of people celebrate Samhain. So that's a time to honor our ancestors. It's a time to be in touch with our darker side. We're starting to go into the darker part of our year for the northern hemisphere. And then in the southern hemisphere, obviously you guys are going into Beltane, I believe, which is still another thinning of the veil that happens, but in a different way where the light is coming in, and the growth and fertility and all that stuff are happening. But we're going to be taking a look and see what October is going to bring for everybody. So let's start here. I want to just say hello to my little skeleton guy. He was made by a wax candle maker from King Richard's Fair. I'm not sure if he's there this year. I haven't actually had a chance to go. I believe in a couple weeks they're going to be done for the year. But yeah, so he's going to hang out with us today. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and so I have clarifying cards. I figured who else would be better than the Supernatural gang for clarifying cards, because the tarot that I'm using is The Lost Forest by Chelsea Maria. Apologize if I screw that up, but either way, let's carry on. So we got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take a moment, take a deep breath. And whatever one that you get drawn to, you can go ahead and fast forward to that particular one. And I will start off with pile number 1. All right, high pile number 1. Here is your October reading. Let's take a look at your chakra. That I remember. So communication. So you're going to be having some more communication this month. You're going to be actually probably interacting more with your family and your ancestors this month. You might even be wanting to get in touch with them through like psychic connection, or you already are in psychic connection with them. Let's take a look and see what else there might be for any clues on that. So with this one, it is your throat chakra, even though it's showing the connection between the two beings here through the mind. It's not necessary. It's not the mind. This is the throat chakra. It's just another way of communicating. It's telekinesis, which is in your mind. So let's see what we have for clues. Okay, so zombie control. You're trying to control a situation. You're trying to have more wits about you. The last one. Yeah, do you want to control everything, leaving little to free expression? Do you want to choose partners who are not your equal so they are more easily manipulated and change to your liking, or do you allow that to happen to you? If you are not living your most authentic life, it's time to look at why and how to change that. So are you being more demanding in your communications with this person? And zombie actually is also another indication of the dead. So you're trying to communicate with the dead. Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. So you might actually be someone who can speak to ghosts in the past and your ancestors. And I'm going to read into that one. I want to say empathy. I know that's not right, but that's what I want to say. What is a deep goal? Something you may have considered impossible. It's your duty to unveil and realize this potential inside you. The time is to act now. The universe will conspire in your favor if you take action now. So that's telling me that you need to hone in on your skills a little bit more. And there are many different ways and outlets to do that. So it seems like that you want to be communicating with your family, and you have the gifts to do that. You just don't know whereabouts to go with it. Awesome. Yeah, definitely communication with your ancestors, your family, your roots. So we got the card of echoes. Ancient culture, roots, and customs. So you're trying to go back to your roots. You're trying to talk to your loved ones, and or you need to be talking to your loved ones this month. So I find it funny that was kind of my entry, was that the veil is going to be thinning, and you're going to want to be connecting with your family, and we're honoring our ancestors and stuff like that. You have the gift to be able to open up about that. You just need to hone in on that a little bit better. And then with the mini deck, I had asked if people wanted a certain one. No one said anything, so I figured I would just do like ghosts and kind of like what is in your closet, shall we say. So it says forest spirit. Seek nature, it will in turn make you grow in the best ways. So with this nature, your roots, customs, there's a lot of outside activities that your family used to do back in the day or whatever have you, and you want to take on that tradition again of that. So I would suggest what it says here, go ahead in nature, start looking around, start honoring, start foraging, start getting used to your surroundings again, and look into how things were done back in the day. Excuse me. All right, and let's take a look at your tarot. So the Nine of Oceans, Page of Fire, and then the Seven of Oceans, but in reverse. So you're going to have a fulfillment in the best kind of ways when it comes to your emotions. You're going to be able to tap in, and you're going to be very, very happy that you did so. And you're just lacking that bit of enthusiasm to get to being happy about that. And you're a little bit leery with if it's real or fake when it comes to this, because we have the anglefish as representation of the bright light is showing as it's kind of like a bug to the flame or a bug to the light, and how you want to be directed towards that, but as in it's an illusion, it's not real. So that's what you're struggling with. You think that you are imagining what you are seeing or hearing from your ancestors, but it's not what you think it is. It is your family. And as long as you're like tapping into what they used to do back in the day, and it involves nature. Nature is in there. And I want to say it has nothing to do with your eyes. It's definitely going to be a telekinesis type of situation where you're going to telepathically receive something. So it's either they're going to give you images in your head, or you're going to hear things without actually using your ears. Like, you know how like sometimes you can hear something, but it has nothing to do with what you actually hear. And there are going to be visions sent to you. And I think with the control part of that, with this whole zombie control stuff, is you're trying to control when it happens, and you're having a hard time with the whens and the hows. So sometimes it just happens all on its own. And you want to be able to turn it on and off, and you really can't. That's not how that works. Some people can like zone in and zone back out of that, but for you want to try to build that up as you're going. So let me see if I can. Let's grab the. Let's see. So you will be happy with that. You're going to be excited that you can do this and talk to your ancestors. And you're going to be happy with the outcome once it does happen. I think when you break the control, you're going to be happy about that. So let's see, how can you start the practice of talking to your ancestors? How can you start? So you're in nature, but what do you need to do while you're in nature? You need to connect. You need to commune. You need to have a union out in nature. So you need to be wholeheartedly in nature as you're going along. So no phone, no distractions, just listen to the trees, listen to the birds, the running water, if you're around running water, which I always prefer being in running around water when I'm walking. It just gives it a sense of calm, like you know that you will never be thirsty because there's water available to you. It's kind of like a primal feeling for me. So this means to me that you need to make sure that when you are in nature and you are connecting or trying to connect with your ancestors, that you're there wholeheartedly and you're not distracted by anything else. Because these guys here, they're actually looking right at each other and they're clinking their glasses because they are uniting and they're going to be taking care of the situation that they come together for. So that's where your first step is. Put the phone down. Don't worry about any pictures. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Look at the trees. See if you can identify anything out in nature, and that'll be like your first step. That way you can actually focus on what messages are coming to you. Okay? So that is it, pile one. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave me a comment down below if you have any questions, or if it was good for you. Please go ahead and hit that like button, and I will talk to you all next month or when I do the next Kickstarter unboxing thing. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. All right. Hello, people who picked pile number 2. Welcome to your October reading. We're going to take a look at your chakras first and see what kind of situation you have going on this month. Okay, I feel like this pops up a lot. Yeah, so every time this one seems to pop up, I feel like it's just a continuation of something that you guys are holding on to residually. So what I say normally is you need to play. You need to lighten up a little bit when it comes to your inner child. It's not that you need to work on it and you went through like this traumatic thing in your life. It's a matter of you need to play. You need to be less strict on yourself and enjoy what you were doing now. And right here is it looks like a fairy to me. So fairies are very curious creatures, and they like to take shiny things. They're kind of like a ferret. So they like shiny things, and they like to mess around with you and kind of they're a trickster spirit energy, and they like to just get a rise out of you. So play with the curiosity that you have. Okay, let's see what we have for Halloween. Okay, the veil. So into the future. Wow, what a contrast of pictures right there. You have one who's bright and shiny, and then the other one's more subdued. So while using this oracle, as the veil lifts, know that the other worlds are close. Listen in particular to what messages may come forth around your future. Look to what you want to happen, plan, set intentions, think big. Okay. The fineness of the veil meant the ancestors were closer than ever, and even the gods could be close. This would mean that the communications from the dead were more likely to occur, and that divination would be more effective. So, like fairy energy is going to be on high as well. So as long as you're not being because fairies are good and bad at the same time. Like, you just need to know not to treat them as, or don't ever say thank you, and just, let things be as they are. And, yeah, so when you're playing, just know who you're messing around with. But don't be stressed out on yourself. Okay, so Merak, embrace oneness with the universe. So as everything starts to open up, you're going to be more tuned into different things, and it's going to be you wanting to encompass everything as a whole. So it's not necessarily, so you're not going to be, the first pile folks were ancestors. This one is more towards the playful side and being a part of the universe. Like, everything's going to come together. So embrace oneness with the universe. So it's telling you to be even though I think this would be really good for pile one, they're actually earthing and grounding themselves. Merak. So it's time to step lightly in the world and be grateful for what you have. Notice the small things. The answers you seek reside in the small achievements and enjoyments of each day. And in your willingness to be one with the universe, know that your role and place in the world is just as essential as anyone and anything else. So there's that whole being grateful and noticing the small things. So a small thing, like as in a child, right? Oh, I was wondering what that noise was. Sorry, it took me a minute. The owls hooing outside right now, and it kind of freaked me out. So the small things in the world, and that's childlike energy. Children are small, their eyes are of wonderment. And so take a moment just to, like, I know that up here in the northern hemisphere, the earth is dying off, but just, suit down to their level, to a little kid's level, and take a look at the world through their eyes for a moment. It's been it could be a long, long time since you were a child, and just to have that wonderment about you and be grateful of how much you've actually can see in the world now, that's really cool. All right, let's take a look at the rest here. So we have loyalty, responsibility, relationships, construct, and self-care. So it's telling you that you're going to want to be more caring to yourself, being more grateful for what you have, and yeah, and I want to say the loyalty part. Yes, you're going to want to continue to be loyal to what you have. But the responsibility, I kind of think that in your self-care, you you're being responsible for yourself and to have childlike wonderment in there as well. The vortex ghost, don't allow chaos to suck you in. And I'm going to say that involves the veil. So don't let the tricksters take a hold of you in any type of situation. So there could be a moment of you think it's all fine and dandy, but remember that the veil does get thicker as the time carries on. This is like a once in a while moment. It's kind of like you don't want to go in the circle of mushrooms because that's where the fairies their portal is. It's kind of like that. You don't want to get swept away into the fantasy of it all, is basically what it comes down to. So let's take a look at your tarot. So we have the Ace of Skies, the Knight of Skies, and the Six of Oceans. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the Ace of Skies, it's a thought process is coming about. There's a lot of logical thinking going on here, but you're not quick to act on that. You are being hesitant, which isn't a bad thing. You're being hesitant because you're not too sure about being happy-go-lucky and playing, and you're not letting your curiosity fly about. But it is pretty clear as to what you need, because the Six of Oceans is actually, it is remembrance. It is remembering how you were as a child. It's nostalgia. It's the things that made you, when you were younger, the things that you were drawn to. So there's definitely the end of this situation is going to be good, and you're going to come back out of it, and you're going to be grateful that you did take that moment to have that sense of fun and wonderment, and you let yourself be a child and just have, smile. And all that comes to mind is being happy. You were happy when you were a child. You didn't have any of those worries and the responsibilities, relationships, and all that stuff. And right here, the veil, when it says the future, I think that you just need to stop worrying about the future for a little while. Take a trip back when you were happy as a child and remember what your wonderment was back as a kid, So that's really all that I have for this pile, but I am going to look at why you're being hesitant. What is keeping you from enjoying your moment? Okay. So there's someone kind of dragging you, or maybe someone's dragging you down. I don't want to put a person on this, but the King of Pentacles is, the King of Pentagrams is what this one says, is a king of kings are of authority, but it's someone who is thinks that they have control of the situation. So it's someone, I can't say a guy though, because it doesn't really matter, a guy, girl, or otherwise when it comes to king, queens, and all that stuff. So it makes me think that someone is trying to keep your feet and your head on the ground. And okay, so now I'm getting the whole never-ending story where the boy is told to, keep your feet on the ground and your head out of the clouds. You need to do your work. You need to do this. You need to do that. And he loses his sense of imagination, and he gains it all back reading the never ending story. So someone is telling you, no, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. That's the only way that you can be as an adult, blah, blah, blah. So this is what's holding you back. And I say, not for this month. This month, let yourself be free to be. It's okay. It's okay to, have that moment. As long as you're not being reckless, then you're fine, So I say enjoy yourself. But don't be reckless, There's always that whole, enjoy but don't overindulge, right? So that's all I have for you guys, whoever picked pile number 2. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed it, go ahead, leave me a comment. Also give me a good old thumbs up. That way other people can find these videos as well. And I will talk to you in the next one. Moving on to pile number 3. All right, hi everybody who picked pile number 3. Welcome to your October reading. We're going to take a look at your chakra for this month. Okay, so we have family. That's really cool because as the veil thins, we have a lot of ancestors and family, and so this is going to be associated with your root chakra, so you're going to be more focused on stability and making sure that your family is supported and there's a good structure and foundation carrying on for you this month. And we're looking at the skulls of light, so there's going to be something illuminating you this month. I'm going to take a look at the book. I don't read with this deck that often, so every once in a while I have to get the good old books out, which is fine. Should the skull of light enter your life, know that it is time to open yourself fully to the clarity of the bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen, to see, and to act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. So let's take a look. I don't think it has to do with your family, but oh, okay. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? Maximus. Okay, so it is a family situation. So you are feeling depleted, but you still feel like you need to be taking care of other people, and it seems to be like your family. So this is your light. This is what's shining upon you right now, is that you, because see right here how these lights are dimmed, how are you supposed to give to others when you can't give to yourself? So that's a little bit of a shaken up situation for you. And let's see what else we have, and then we'll figure out why and how. So you need empowerment, you need expansion, togetherness, prosper, and divine. So you need to empower yourself to be able to handle. Sometimes you can't provide and give to everybody else until you do fill your own cup. And, oh, okay, the ghost family. Stick close to the ones you love for maximum comfort. Okay, so this is telling me that you are catering to people who don't actually help you out in the end. So you're giving and giving and giving to people who won't help you when you're down. And it doesn't have anything to do with money. It has to do with just moral support. So you will give while they take, and then you feel depleted. So this is saying it's time to give them a break, at least for this month, and get with the family that you love and that they support you. So the light is shining on the fact that you're not getting your equal amount of support this with this situation with whatever family members. So take a look at who you've been like giving more to and see what they've been giving in return, you know, and just know if you're noticing, oh yeah, it doesn't seem like it's pretty fair, like I'm always there, I'm always doing, I'm always helping, I'm always this, and then when I ask for help, no one comes to help, then, or, you know, and who does come to help, you know, and just figure it out that way and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill out for a little while and then see what happens in the interim. So let's see what else. So the King of Fire, the Eight of Fire, and then the Page of Skies. All right, so we have the king. He's kind of unsure of his situation. There is the lack of the vision, which is where you're getting the illumination for. And then the Eight of Fire is normally a sense of movement, but it's in reverse. And this is just saying that, yes, the smoldering has stopped. And now you're not, and now there needs to be growth. But it's feeling stagnant. Like you feel like you're not going to be able to handle that situation. But you are going to be you're going to get the aha moment. Like they're going to show their true colors, and then you're going to act upon it. You may feel vulnerable, and you might feel like you're betraying somebody, but you shouldn't, because there's no action until you understand why. And when you do, you're going to have your other family members are going to support you. You don't have to tell them what's going on, you know, unless you feel that is necessary. But you will, you can, you know, be like one of those situations where it's like, yeah, you know, I just got a little tired, and, you know, I just want to relax and not do a lot for other people. And you'll feel vulnerable about it, but it will make sense, and it will be okay in the end. So, okay, what was my question for this? How? Or, because you have that stagnation. The fire is out and it's smoldering. So we're having a stagnation with let's see. How will you find your empowerment? How will you Okay, Page of Goblets, which is the Page of Cups. Okay, so there's going to be inconsistencies happening. You're going to see it for yourself, that what is being said to be used and needed is opposite of what is So yeah, so you'll start to notice things are not going as they're stating should be going, and that is going to help you understand that you shouldn't be wasting your energy on that situation and or family member for a little while at least. So yep, that's all I have for you guys. Guys who picked pile number 3. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me know in the comments and go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you had any more questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I will have all my contact info in the bottom, along with, what decks I've used. The only ones I haven't put in yet are the ghost ones. I haven't written that one in yet, but eventually I will. But okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful October. Definitely make sure that you feed yourself, okay, and take care of yourself, so that way you can handle everything that comes at you, okay? So I will talk to you later. Have a good month. Bye.